sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the city of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
Truly one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league, is willing to do whatever it takes to win and plays through a lot of adversity and continues to do it at a high level in his high 30s. Trying to make another run of the Super Bowl here in his 17th season.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he'll get this up to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
On the tackle.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Now Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
1st and 10 at the
How about that there?
49-yard line.
No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 18.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Up the middle, it's Williams. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
At the 45-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at about the 14. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And he gets a clean slate and a competition in his new spot in Indianapolis. Obviously trying to eliminate some bad habits he picked up in New York. But after a brief pit stop in Minnesota, this gives him a chance to continue the trend of veteran quarterbacks who have a chance to excel with a fresh start and a new team.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. This one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
First and 10, Taylor now. Taken down at the 42.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now Jones. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early. Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Throwing, Jones. This one completes Alec Pierce. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And the Colts, first down.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Back to Taylor on first down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jones. This is caught. And the Colts are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
First and goal, Indianapolis.
Well, another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush. And
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Daniel Jones.
And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
Mo Alley Cox from 8 yards out. And the Colts are on the board first on the road here in L.A. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Rams nothing.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Gets past one man. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
That's good for a Rams first down.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Play action. Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd down and a yard. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Now a 2nd and 10. A give to Williams, running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
And that's one of those calls where you play it safe, but you're hoping that maybe something might spring for you, because instead of forcing ball downfield on 3rd and long, maybe you can hit them with something underneath, break a tackle or two, pick up a block, and see what happens. Not here, though. Good job reading the screen, and it sets up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Colts take over.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
And the Colts first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. A little juke. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off play action. Jones to the right side, complete to Taylor. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40.
A gain of 11.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On the option right, it's Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Jones keeps it himself. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Now this time he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Set back at the 38.
It's 2nd down.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
At the 38-yard line.
2nd and 10. And the Colts pick it up, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
In motion goes the tight end. Up the middle, here's Taylor. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone and touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Colts.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
At the 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. And he'll be brought down sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
A loss of 5 on the play.
I know we don't have a
It's
special
3rd and
scoreboard to show
15.
it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Back to throw here. It's caught here by Adams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but for where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Brings up
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
Ethan Evans on down a punt. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
A 3-yard
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Jones. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Have a guy that has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
No gain on the play.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Taylor trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Short of the goal line.
The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Jones will sneak it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Nothing.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. And the slot man goes in motion left. This one swung out to Williams. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Stafford. Screen play set up for Williams. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Now 2nd and 3. Stafford looks to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Stafford now to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First down.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
To throw is Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again at Stafford. taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Jones throwing to start the drive. The toss here completed to Pittman. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
1st down, Colts.
Back to throw now on 1st down. They're going right back to Pittman. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
3 at the Rams' 41-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now Jones. And this taken in by Downs. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. But a flag is down here, so hold on. Let's see what this is about. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. They'll take it past the 40 to the 31, second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Throwing, Jones. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
At the 18-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Tyler Higbee.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here comes the Rams punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off play action. Jones. Down the field, he's got Warren. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their 2 receivers to his outside run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on a corner route to make a big play.
Jones out to the flat, that's caught. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Running left, Taylor. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Made at the 6-yard line.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are able to stretch out their lead. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Rams 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to throw. Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Stafford. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Stafford. That is caught. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Stafford. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Colts take over.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll let one go deep for downs. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Looking to throw. Jones. Connecting over the middle of downs. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line.
18 on the play.
Give them 18 on the play.
Indianapolis.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Puna Ford on the
Brandon,
stop.
all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he is going to have a Colts first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
The focus after that run isn't how many yards they gained. They said they gained a first down, and they've been running it well all game long.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. A give for Taylor running right side. And he's got it down to the 28.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodson. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 22. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 105 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. They'll run here with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
On 2nd and goal, Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Daniel Jones taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Colts start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
17 yards.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that'll bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Touchdown. Two Atwell. 55 yards. And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Rams 13.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Colts offense and Daniel Jones set to take over again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. A short one there, caught by Warren. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
This offense so far on third down, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy. because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on third down. Really should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Rams take over.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
To Puka Nacua. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
9 yards.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I can't tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Stafford. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. That'll go for a gain of 7.
Brings up 2nd
and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 50-yard line.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 54 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nacua. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
In motion right goes Adams. Here's Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now a man has been busy this afternoon. It's Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to take this one in for the Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Rams get a bit closer.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Good try here for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Makes the score.
That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
First and 10, Taylor now. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Alec Pierce, 45 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Now the extra point.
After.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Colts 45.
Pretty clean and simple there.
Rams
just 2 plays.
20.
The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Rams offense and Puka Nacua ready to take over once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. To throw is Stafford. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
On the counter, here's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 78 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And this offense on third down today, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
This 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now, the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's 3rd and 6. Stafford now to throw. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Makes the score.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
27.
And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.